G'day mate and welcome back to Capital Industry with me, Jetty. In the chaos of last episode, we did manage to get a couple of things done. We kept trading our gold for microchips, of course. We keep making electronics 3, so we can start making servers. At the same time, we finished off this current tier of research, which means we're only got the big tier left. The big tier left, tier number 5, I believe it is. That's the last tier of research, which means we need to make some progression. At the same time, we did manage to get nuclear fuel rods up and start being processed. And we went through the thought process of how we need to move the colony into the crater, because I really want to have everything in the crater. We're even going to look at maybe getting farms in the crater, but that's a little way away. For right now, what I want to do is I want to get into today's episode. But before I do that, of course, I need to ask the most important question of all, and that is, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like borrowing a like early in the video. You didn't enjoy the video, not happy with the video, by all means, you can have your like back. Probably. You know, it might get lost in the chaos, but you can probably have your like back. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into today's hopefully less chaos. Yes. As always, at the start of every episode, I like to thank those that go above and beyond. Thank those that choose to support the channel. And today, we need to thank another truckie. Another truckie is being upgraded to a mega truckie. I need to thank Dwergen, who is a brand new YouTube member. Thank you again for choosing to support the channel. Thank you again for choosing to keep the dream alive. With that out of the way, before we get into today's episode, I want to talk about last episode, because normally I would try to have as little mining designation work as possible. I try to include what we need to include, like, the zigzag team. As we're going up the zigzag now, I think that's a good time to talk about the zigzag team. Most of the things that happened with the zigzag team were done in episode. You know, very, very little happened between episodes, because I thought it was important that we covered exactly how we got the zigzag together. And I figured, if we just skip forward, you know, and suddenly the zigzag was half done, that wouldn't have been very important, and would have sort of taken away from the achievement that is getting a zigzag up and running down the side of the crater. So that's one of the things I try to leave in. And like I said, you know, rearranging the limestone, rearranging the iron, rearranging the copper, they're things that we can skip. Mostly. There are some things that I try to include, like, you know, the rimming team. That's another one I try to include, because if at the start of every episode, giant chunks of the rim just disappeared, you'd probably have a couple of questions. So normally I try to skip a certain amount. Now, last episode was a little bit long. I can fully admit that. I was not particularly happy with the final outcome, and I would have preferred if I could have just trimmed down the episode just slightly. But there was a couple of problems. One, for every, let's say 1 minute I cut out of a video by trimming things down just slightly, costs about 30 minutes in the editor. It's just down to the way I do it. It's me being a little pedantic about what I want to cut and what I don't want to cut, so it takes a fair bit of time. Normally it's something I would find the time to squeeze out, but I had just, can we just click follow? Because I'm curious how you get down to the crater now. Because as of, last weekend when the last video went out, I have just moved to a new temporary, we're testing out stream schedule. So normally I stream, 8 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Australian time, which is GMT plus 10, which is about midday Central European time, and 3 a.m., 6 a.m. Pacific, and 3 a.m. Eastern time and 6 a.m. Pacific. You guys know what time zones it would be, you know, which order it should be in. So it's not really conducive to those watching the US, and it works mostly with the Europeans, apart from my Friday night stream when obviously most of you are at work. So I decided we're going to try a different streaming schedule, which means I now start at 4 a.m., which means I'm getting up at 3 a.m. to start said streams. As the video was recorded on the day to be released that later that night, I had done the editing, and I'm like, okay, I've got a couple of hours before I need to go to bed to get up for this stream. So I didn't go back and re-edit it. I didn't go back and try and retrim it because I didn't have time to. And the choice was to release the video as was, or try and cut a little bit of time out of it. I chose to release the video as was. I was reasonably happy, but it could have done with improvement, and I can fully admit that. So that is the story behind that video. It also means that if you're curious about catching my streams, they're no longer on Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights Australian time. They're now technically Saturday, Sunday, Monday mornings Australian time. I'm starting at 4 a.m., which means for those of you in Europe, if you want to catch me live over at Twitch, link is on your screen, it's now going to be at 8 p.m. on your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. And those of you in the US, if you're in Eastern time, it'll be 2 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You might not be able to catch me on a Friday because you're at work. I understand that. But at least you should be able to catch me on the Saturday, Sunday. And if you're in Pacific time, it's going to be 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, you know, consider swinging by, say hello, catch me live. This weekend coming up, we're actually going to be doing Captive Industry 2 nights, a whole different save over at Pirate Island. And we're also doing Tectonica one of the nights. And should be the Saturday night. And on the Saturday night, I should be giving away another Tectonica key. Anyway, with that out of the way, first thing I want to do is, I do want to rearrange some of the miners. First thing I want to do is I'm going to grab the rimming team and I want to set them back up to rim. I feel bad that they're not rimming. I really want all the rimming done. I don't like the intro with, well, part of this sticking up. So, no, edit. There to there. Yes, except I'm going to remove those tiles because I don't want you guys accidentally doing that. All right, can we... We're good? We're good? We're good. All right, second thing I need to do is we have no place to dump products. We have a whole lot of dirt, nowhere to put the dirt, which means... Is it that tower? No. That tower's already set up. This tower, I want to start dumping dirt. I'm going to be dumping this in our sand pit because, well, I'd always plan to fill in this area with dirt. That way, if we need the dirt back, we're going to end up digging it back up as we get closer and closer out to sea, digging up the sand, providing we actually get a chance to dig through all the sand. Fill that, fill that, fill that, and that, and that, and that. That should be enough to keep us running. I also want to grab the other dirty tower and assign it to, well, yeah, there to there. Maybe, yeah, you can cover the whole edge. There to there. All right, can I get that marked off as well? And that, and that. All right, so that should fix the dirt problem. On top of that, is there anything else I need to move? No, that's all I need to move right now. We are going to have... Why are you guys sitting there? Loading cargo, waiting for truck. You're just refusing to move until the truck shows up and you can dump... Okay, sure. All right, that'll be step number 1. Step number 2 is uranium. I have almost filled up the bucket of depleted uranium, so we're going to fix that problem by doing that. We also have a lot of uranium rods, which means I want to put down a nuclear reactor. We're planning on doing that today, but before I do that, I want to make sure I don't, you know, max out my uranium rod storage. And I could just, like, remove this and put it in a bigger container, but I know in the future, in a future blueprint, I run a pipe over this, which means I can't really do that. So we're just going to put a bigger storage on the end and flow all these rods into this bucket. Sure, why not? That should solve that problem. All right, so with that done and that done, we do have the gold team going to keep digging across. And next thing I need to do is I need to remove those 3 trees, because we have the Naphtha pipe. The Naphtha pipe, which I've brought from here down to here, and I need to get it all the way to the bottom of the crater because I want to remove, well, I want to remove this belt, these pipes, so we can start digging straight through to get to the bottom of the limestone, which means the next thing I want to do is I want to hit that. No, I don't want to hit that. I want to hit off. That's what I want to do. Yeah, you guys can no longer import rock here. And limestone, guys, if you find rock, you're going to have to put it in that bucket so I can empty this bad boy out. It means that, well, the rock up here will eventually get dumped to the sea, and hopefully that gets done reasonably quickly because I want to put a nuclear reactor right here. So, whilst we wait for that to happen, I'm going to grab our Naphtha pipe, which we might as well get built, and... Those trees are marked? Yeah, those trees are marked. Cool. We're going to be running you through to here. Now, I do want to try and run this pipe in a semi-permanent spot. Okay, so consequently, we're going to goat across this area so it doesn't block off any future mining trucks, anything like that in the future. And then we're going to run across to here. And then I'm going to goat down this pile of limestone because we're not going to be getting to that anytime soon. And then we're at height 2. We're at height 2. So technically a little truck can get through here. And I'm going to bring this down here. And it doesn't really matter how it gets down here. It only matters when we get to this point where I want to raise you up to height 3 because I want to make sure that a little truck can get through there. Not a big truck. I don't care about the big trucks. It's just the little trucks I care about because I want to bring this Naphtha pipe all the way down to the bottom There. I'll put you there for just 1 second, and then I want to put a bridge. Let's go with there. Can I get that built? And then we're going to come from here, height 3. Sure. And then down, under. And then I want to wrap around and I want to connect to that naphtha pipe. Yeah, I'd prefer it if you did a little bit more classy than that. Just a wee bit. There, to there, then up. Cool. With that done, I want to remove that. Yeah, I want to flip the direction on that pipe. And I want this pipe to backflow up to here. And then flow into this pipe. Because this holds 600, this holds 460, or 800 total. I'm going to pause that. That should let a majority of this flow back in. What's paused? Oh, it's the pipe. That should let a majority of this flow back in, which means, well, hopefully when I destroy the pipe, I don't destroy all of it. Yeah. All right, so that's the first thing I want to run. The second pipe I need to run down here. Oh, by the way, it means that, yes, little trucks like that one can drive in. Bigger trucks, yep, cannot drive through here. Also means these two excavators are stuck in here, just so we know. All right, next thing I want to do is we spoke about last episode, I need to get seawater in here. We're going to need to get a significant amount of seawater in here, probably 2 pipes worth. So we're going to come up here and we're going to grab a pump and a dump, and we're going to put in the jetty patented pump and dump system. And I'm going to go with, unpause please, and set you to brine. Going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 8. Reason I'm going to go for 8 is each one of these does 108 seawater. So in theory, I should be able to run 4 of them per pipe. I want to go to that tile. Yes, because every other tile seems to have debris on it. Does that tile have debris? Yeah, come here. No, that tile doesn't have debris. Okay, you can go to here. All right, so we're going to run 1, 2. Shift mode off, please. 3 and 4. And then I'm going to run 1. And I'm going to run this one above, because we're going to need to run, like I said, multiple pipes through. 2, 3, no, 4. All right, we'll worry about the brine later. The brine is definitely a later problem. Okay, we need to run this pipe down, and I want you to come out that tile. I want you to come to here. Come to here. Okay, can I get that built? Can I get that built, and can I get just the first one built? All right, once we get to here, I want to come, no, I want to start, let's go with here. I want to stop on that tile, I think it is. Yes. And providing I don't hit any debris, this should be fairly easy. We should be able to just stop on the same tile every single step down, and it should be a nice repeatable pattern. And that's really what I'm looking for. To there. Okay. If that's done, and I cut this, okay, and line it back up at the bottom, hold down shift to place it down, and then press the E button. Oh, really? You're at height 2. Cancel. Height 1. Height 1. Height 1. Height 1. No. Come on, I need to have these run one on top of one another. There. Why are you being stubborn? Is it because that bit's on the end? It's because that bit's on the end. So that's height 1. That's height 3. Okay, so I want to hit second tile. All right, can I grab this? Can we come to the start? All right, we're going to go from there to the second tile. Second tile, oh, second tile, second, 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 second. All the way down. Okay, with that done, we're going to cut this end and hold down shift to put it back down. It keeps telling me no. What do you mean no? There we go. On top. No. Low. And then on top. There we go. Perfect. You got it on the 5th attempt. Okay. And then I can run this and join... Thank you. Join that into there. All right. So that gives us our 2 pipes. Okay. This one we do need to deal with. In fact, there's a couple we need to deal with. All right. So this is our coal. Our coal has finished digging. Now, we are trying to knock over this mountain. And as you can see, I've taken a chunk out of it, but I thought about a possibly great plan. Minus 42, flat. 42, 40, 43, 40, 44. Yes, if I was to cut in like so, 40, where are we? 44. If I was to cut in like so, that would be perfect. We could sort of half topple this from the inside, which means I just need to make sure that at some point we have a way to bridge from one surface to the other. And that's going to be our plan. We're going to put a nice level cut. 44, 44. Yeah, can I stretch that to there? I know it's 2 different designations. You guys don't like it, but if we bring that back, oh God, turn that off. If we bring that back up, that should take off, you know, a good top portion of the mountain and might make it fall into the mine. I don't mind if it falls into the mine. I just want it gone. And the good news is both the top and the bottom coal can help. So hopefully we can make a cut in here, get some coal, which should keep the factory running, and then take a chunk out of there. And hopefully that means I don't have to worry about so much of a cave-in, because as we can see already, well, we've lost a tile already, and it's probably going to be a lot more as they dig through some of these higher areas. Okay, high supply of rock, that's fine, that'll get emptied. Low supply of microchips, that one we need to deal with, which is click that twice. And I have a low supply of sand. Low supply of sand is a lack of truck deliveries, okay? Lack of truck deliveries is a matter a number of things. One of them, it is the rimming crew being bad, who has access to this bucket. Please don't put stuff in that bucket anymore. Yes, please take your stuff and dump it directly in the sea. That would be very, very much appreciated. So that's my first problem. My second problem is just I don't have enough trucks. I just don't have enough trucks to do all the things we're doing. We have so many resources moving up and down the crater. Like, you're driving all the way down there to drop off a little bit of dirt, because that's your closest dirt bucket. We're probably going to need to fix that. Gold has nowhere to dump anything. No, they're taking stuff directly to the sea, and dirt they're taking directly to wherever we're dumping dirt. Okay, that's the problem. Can we take gold? Can we put in a bucket? And let's go with I still have things I got to route around this area. Let's go with there and there. Yeah, let's hope this works. And it's not in my way in about 5 seconds time. Okay, rock and rock. Dirt and dirt. Do you need rock? Like, rock is right there. You can dump rock directly in the sea. You definitely need somewhere to dump dirt. Okay, we're going to get you built. We're going to have you allocated to that one for dirt. I'm going to set you to be empty. And we're going to go back to our rimming team and tell them they can also share this dirt bucket. That way they don't have to drive all the way out here to dump their dirt themselves. Normally I wouldn't have an issue, but we're sort of a little bit short on truck power currently. Okay, so that's the first thing I need to do. Second thing I need to do is we have a low supply of sand here. Also, this sand's keeping up currently, but I use a 3 sand. times 2, 6 sand per minute. Whereas this sand is being used for glass mix. That uses a fair chunk of sand. Also being used for a couple of copper smelters, which use a decent amount of sand. Also being used for molten silicon. So I need to get sand in here. Now, originally we had this little sand pile here, which we cleared out. Now the only place I'm making sand is all the way over here. And although, you know, the trucks are being told to take things down, because of the way the priority system works, even though this is a 14 empty, and this dirt bucket is also a 14 empty, they're taking a higher preference than a, where is it? A 9 fill. Which is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. I think the devs can definitely do something about the priority system. I want to have a conversation with them and understand it a little bit better. And yes. We'll leave it at that. So I need to get sand down here. Now, currently we're using the truck method, but we're now going to use the belt method. The belt method is going to be our chosen method because I already have goat pipes right there, goat belts right there. So we're just going to run a belt across this flat section because, let's be honest, we're not using it. In fact, actually, we're going to probably run this dead straight. Yeah, we're going to run this dead straight to about here. And then I do want to jump down the mountain. Self-collision, that sounds horrible. No, come on, I clicked. Height 2, height 2. Height 2, another one here, and then we're on ground level. Okay, after it's ground level, we need to come to about here, actually. Then I have my first obstacle. I have a bridge that has 6 lanes, and every single one of them is full. We're going to remove the bridge. We're going to grab a bigger bridge. That's going to be our answer. Yep. Come on. And then you can get built there instead. All right, which is going to lead to some very grumpy trucks. Can you get under there? Okay, cool. And then we'll go back to height 2. So at least the little trucks can get under here. Or height 3, whatever height it happens to be. And I'm worried about getting, stuck like that. Stuck in behind other infrastructure. Done. Okay, so it gets us down to here. And this is a spaghetti mess that we're just going to ignore. And in theory, nobody accesses this anymore. I don't think so, at least. What's over here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Cool. We can block that off perfectly fine. All right. And then we're going to go our way down here, which doesn't look too bad. Okay, it looks terrible, but, you know, we're on the crater. Goat belts and pipes are just going to be part of the territory. Or a lot of ramp building. An awful lot of ramp building. Come on! There we go. That's very, very steep. Sure. Come on. Cannot find valid pillar placement. Yeah, tell me about it. No. There. No. There. Yeah, traverse. Let's go with the traverse method. Yeah. Just down. No. Up. I'll take it. Okay. And then that was our sand belt. Oh, we'll plug you in there. All right. Which means I can remove that goat belt, which I could have just plugged into, but it was already damaged. It's also built on all this dirt here that I might want, so we're going to rip that up. We're also going to upgrade you to the next tier, and yeah, that's not going to collapse anymore. It's been removed, and therefore, in theory, there is sand moving. Cool. That's going to move 200 sand per minute, which also means these guys should be a little bit more active in their digging efforts, because rather than things getting removed in chunks, it should be a fairly constant removal of sand into here. Also means I can remove that. I'm not going to need that anymore. We're just going to completely run this off belts. All right, so back to our pipes. So I have seawater to here. I need to bring at least one seawater down to replace the one seawater that's already there, which I want at ground level, please. Yeah, there. Okay. We're going to come through to here, which is going to probably block things off, which means I need to put in a bridge. Okay, I want height 3, because again, I want to cut across here in hopes that it doesn't get in future jetty's way, and therefore doesn't need to get removed. Yeah, I can see there's some problems. Mega excavator has no fuel. That's fine. All right, can we build this? And then can I throw in a vehicle ramp here? Left, right? Can I throw in a bigger ramp? Because I already know I'm going to have to run a few things through here. Okay, build that. All right, on top of that, my tower is on the wrong side. The trucks that belong to it can't access it anymore, which in theory is not a problem until they run out of things to do, or they have things that they can't dump, and then they're going to complain. So just be warned, they're going to complain in the future that they can't get to that tower, and we're going to ignore them because, you know, if they're going to the tower, it means they ain't working. All right, so that should get us seawater into this pipe, yes, and then to here. Once we get seawater to here, we should be able to bring this down. Come on. See, it's so much easier to bring pipes down. We're going to bring you to height 2, same as that one. And yeah, you can stop there. No. Height 3. Whoop. Stop trying to attach to other things. Here to here to... This is the only one that matters, just that one gap. So little trucks can still get in there. And then we're going to bring this down. And our plan is to take over from the existing seawater pipe. So we're going to come to here at height 2. And then I can thread the needle under here. And just live there for a second. And then we can just disconnect this. Yep. And then we can run that to there and then into there. Okay. So that should be our seawater, which we don't need this pipe anymore. That should be our naphtha. We don't need that pipe anymore. That should be our naphtha pipe that's almost empty, but... Oh. No, that's fine. In theory, when this is just deconstructed, this 2 piece of pipe become 1 piece of pipe, and they should unpause. Hey! I've played this game too much. All right, low supply vehicle parts. We can fix that by doing that, and that. Cool, down to 20 workers. Down to 4 workers. All right, and I should also send Mr. Shippy. Yeah, you're fully loaded. Almost fully loaded with uranium. Yeah, Mr. Shippy, can you go grab some uranium, please? I know we've got lots, but I always like more. All right, so we're going to unpause those guys, get vehicle parts running a little bit better. And then we've now got 2 of our resources have moved out of the way. That is 1 giant pipe. Yes, A to B. Cool. All right, third thing I need to move out of the way is this belt here. We've already removed that bucket and that. Just nobody wants to empty this? Nobody wants to empty this. Really? Slag, rock, dirt, wood. Okay. Okay. I'm guessing they're busy trying to move the dirt. It's a long drive, and that's half the problem. Any of these super long drives are painful. And we can see it's all mostly... There is some unit storage, like construction parts is unit storage. Graphite is unit storage. Iron is unit storage. Wood is unit storage. Everything else is loose storage. So, available to sign. You. Upgrade. There's another victim. Upgrade. And upgrade. Pirate Matt, you just got upgraded. You've been warned. Yep, and we'll upgrade you as well. All right, so with those done, the next thing I need to move is I need to move this belt. I need to move this belt because, like I said, I want to dig through here. This is going to be a big plan. So I am going to grab this. I don't need to move this bucket. This bucket's actually fine where it is. I just need to move its belt. So we're going to bring the belt. No, that's up. That tile. Thank you. Around to here at height 2. And then up here. Come on. Be a good belt. We haven't even got to the difficult part yet. Okay. Same story. I don't want to block this off. So height 3. No. Height 3 a little bit closer. Okay. Trucks should be able to get under that. And... come on. There, to there, to there, to there. It's always way easier to go down than it is up. Alright, and then, well, you guessed it, we're going to go this one up as well. Come on. Come on. Yeah, let's go flat. Okay, and then flat to here. And then to here, and then height 3. Height 3. Height 2. Height mess. Height mess. Okay, sure. There to there. To wiggle back upon yourself and out here. Cool. Low supply of vehicle parts, microchips. Okay, so I need to go click the button on microchips again. I also, turns out, need you on that side of the belt. Pipe. Cool. Actually, I'm going to run another seawater there. Okay. I'm going to put the rock belt here. That is a lot of trucks. Okay, well, this just became a major highway. Alright, can I get you to come up here? Now, I have two choices with this one. We could hook it into the existing bucket. And that would be fine. We could also possibly put a T-junction on this belt. Just leave there. Okay. Actually, just get built. So I could put a T-junction here, and we could take our rock over to this bucket, and I could keep running this bucket, okay? Or I could bring it over here. As the island stands currently, this is all done with dirt, okay? So in the future, I could, and I might, double up our farms. So the plan is to put some farms over here. We might, in the future, if I put a farm, say here, I might put a second farm out here, right on the edge. You know, it does mean that I have to refill in a whole 2/3 of a farm's worth out to sea. But apart from that, I'm pretty sure we've finished filling on this side. So all my filling is going to be around this side now. Mostly, as far as I can tell. So I'm going to bring our rock to here because, well, it makes sense. It makes sense to bring it here if all my filling is going to be on this side of the map. Also possibly means that maybe in the future we might drag it around further, so have a second bucket over here. So we have, you know, a closer dump. And that, half emptied that, and filled that. Cool. All right, so we're going to grab a big bucket. Big buckets are the best buckets. And am I going to put you there? I'm going to put you... I don't know where I'm going to put you. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a nuclear reactor. So I want to get a nuclear reactor in. And... no, I want you that way. Yes, I want you that way. Yes. Okay. I want you that way because resources-wise, gold is right there. So I'm hoping this is going to be far enough. I want you there, actually. I'm hoping this is going to be far enough north that we don't get too close to a nuclear reactor, to the gold. So I don't end up undermining a nuclear reactor because I have a feeling that would be a bad show. So I want to put a nuclear reactor in there. Also means that, yes, I can definitely put my bucket here. Also means the trucks need to path around the top. There is no hope. Actually, is there a hope? Before I say there is no hope, there is maybe a hope. All right, we're going to put you there on the off chance. And I'm going to move you further forward. Yeah, I know. I can see powers redlining occasionally. This is why we're putting in a nuclear reactor. I'm going to put in a bridge. I don't think the bridge is going to work long term. I feel like we're going to be using too much area here for pipes, etc. But we'll put on a bridge just in case. All right, you are going to be a rock. You're going to be keep empty. You're going to be priority 15. I'm going to be even lower priority. Also means that the only thing I need to do is remove that. Once that's finished emptying, well, we can then remove that whole belt. All right, with that done, nuclear reactor. This is my blueprints. I did share, and I'll link the video up in the top right-hand corner in case you want to go and look at the video and then look at the blueprints. I linked to, well, I made a set of blueprints. One, which was the one we've already used, is to make nuclear fuel rods, which needs to have uranium, and the ship's not here. Shippy, load, home. One, like I said, makes uranium, okay, or makes uranium fuel rods, and we have, well, an awful lot of fuel rods ready to go. It's also modular, so eventually I could put in the stage 2 and start making the MOX fuel rods, and then finally the stage 3 and the fast breeding reactor to make the fuel for that as well. On top of that, I put together some very, very simple rudimentary blueprints for nuclear reactors, both the tier 1 plus the tier 2 plus the tier 3, which obviously I can't unlock yet, and they're nothing special. They're really, really, well, they're a little bit special, but they're not super special. They're not customized. They're not tailored to each different map, and I could probably squeeze this in a little bit better if I could be bothered, and right now I can't be bothered. I do want to point out that apart from going very, very negative in workers, upgrade please, build that please, unpause that please. Yeah, I need the poop plant processing because we're about to go over that 160 poop limit. Minus 68 workers, you're going to put us at minus 100, minus 174. I need you upgraded too. I need at least 200 workers, it turns out. And upgrading a house only gives me an extra 100. Okie dokie. Low supply of microchips. Oh yeah, I need to click that button. Cool. All right. So I want to put a nuclear reactor in. First thing I need to actually do is I need to set that up, and I need to have some water in there to get this fired up. You are set to empty. You are set to empty. Cool. All right. So step number 1, nuclear reactor. Step number 2 is nuclear reactor. Like I said, it's not optimized. It's not optimized for my particular map. I could probably squeeze things in a little bit better if I really wanted to make it have a smaller footprint. For right now, it'll do. We might customize ones later, but this is a nuclear reactor is nuclear reactor is nuclear reactor. Okay. The only 2 things that I do want to, the only thing I'm really, really proud of with nuclear reactor is the self-balancing nuclear water replenishment. So this little part of the blueprint here, it's designed to be perfectly balanced and water neutral and attached to a nuclear power plant, which means it doesn't matter whether I'm running at speed 1, 2, 3, or 4. This will provide enough water to refill and keep the nuclear reactor. Please stop delivering fuel. We don't need fuel. I don't need 40 fuel delivered to the reactor, okay? I need people. I need people. People! Okay. 132 workers. Can we... No. 10. 20. 0. That's a 0. That has 30. That has 20. That has nothing, and that has nothing. All right, I've done what I can. Max growth boost. Just turn it all on. That way, you spend a lot of uni for the 1 month or so it runs, but then everybody's born. All right. So yeah, self-replenishing water system. Very, very proud of that, but it still means I need to have about 1,000 water to turn this thing on, and I hope we deliver a whole lot of water in a hurry. All right, the other thing I want to do is we're going to need 2 things. We're going to need a storage, probably, actually, right? No, hang on. I need to bring this out. I need trucks to have access for right now. Okay, can I bring you out 1 tile and bring you to here? And we'll leave a gap. And I want to bring, I want to bring this under here, and that's seawater in, which doesn't need, actually, I'm just going to take the belt over. Yeah, we'll just take the belt over. because I will need storage. I'm going to need nuclear reactor waste storage. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. 3 storages. 3 storages should be plenty. Do I want to move them up the top? Of course I want to move them up the top. I have no idea how important that tile might be in the future. All right, we're going to put in our first waste storage. We're going to need at least 1. We're going to end up probably needing 3. And we can get that done. All right, I need to plug into this at the very minimum. And this is all it needs to actually have the self-replenishing water system work. 1 pump, which is, what's that, 3 tiles? 3 tiles off the edge. 3 tiles off the edge there. Sure. And I need 1 pump and I need 1 dump. You're designed to go the other way around. Okay. Actually, I could put you there and flip you. I've never tried that before. Sure. 1 pump, 1 dump. That's all I need to actually have. Are you guys ramming into it or trying to make love to it, or I'm not sure what you're doing. I am sure we've just run out of space to dump. Okay. Can I add 2 more tiles? Minus that tile. All the way across the back. I'll have to add more later, but that should keep them preoccupied for now. All right. I need a pump it and a dump. Do I need a bridge through here? I'm going to need a bridge through here. I'm going to need a bridge through here for right now. Can I get trucks and buildings there? Okay. I actually don't want that tank right there, and we will plug you into you, into you, and you into you. Okay, so I do want a tank. I want a tank for brine, which we're going to be putting here. And then I want pipe balancer right here, where I can take brine and shove it into that tank first. And then, after that tank's full, then we'll dump it to the sea. All right, that should be everything we need up and running. How much water do we have? 1,000. 1,000. 1,000's not, I'm not really comfortable with turning on 1,000 water. Like, it's going to have a certain amount of water just disappear. And just fill up pipes. Okay, so that belt is done. We can remove that. Also means I can fill out this area with more dirt should I want to. Maybe after the rimming team's done. They still have a significant amount to finish digging. Yeah. Meanwhile, the gold team also has a certain amount they need to finish digging. All right. And low supply microchips. 1, 2. Done. All right. Yeah, you know what? 1,300 water. We're going to hope that that's enough. We're going to add that into there. We're going to build that. And I'm going to put in storage, just a little storage, which we're going to, for right now, plug in like that. Yeah, I don't want to put this around. Oh, actually, we could put it. Well, there's a gap right there. We could just put it around the back. Put it around the back. Yeah. Yeah, put the highly radioactive uranium rods around the back of the nuclear reactor. Nobody will know where they are then. Rod. Can I request in some rods, please? All right. You already have fuel because the trucks were, yep, and demanded to deliver fuel early. You cannot off. Well, you found somewhere else to dump the water and everybody else, the water disappeared. Okay. With that done, we're ready to power this up. Tier number 1. Now, we have 1,300 water, which is going to disappear. We're only going to run at speed 1. And the way this is set up is we're going to prioritize the water or the steam into the first turbines, which is going to make these 2 run, which will give us a flat 30 megawatts worth of power. As we currently have, well, we've been hovering between 45 and 60. Because technically we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 generators total. And these have a power priority of 5, 7, 8, and 6. I want to change that. I want to have you at 4. It needs to be higher than the other ones. Okay, 4 and 5. We're going to have to go with 4 and 5. And you can stay at 6 for right now. It doesn't really matter. But that should be us up and running. We have seawater. We have seawater, correct. We have some steam occasionally. We don't have... Oh, there's our steam. Yeah, I see steam. Okay, and therefore I see brine. I see brine. That says seawater, delete. That says brine, much better. Okay, so we have seawater, we have brine. We have Wesley, who has no fuel. Are you guys hooked into this fuel station? Yes. Are you hooked into this fuel station? No. Oh. Is that the right one? Import, yeah. From there. Yeah, you should be hooked into just about every fuel station I can find, because you guys travel around the map a fair bit. All right. Low in supply of sand. You are still being trucked. I apologize, I haven't run a belt to you yet, but hopefully somebody will get onto that shortly. All right, nuclear reactor is up and running. We have lost about 100 water, 100 and a bit. But like I said, I have this system set up. This system which will just self-replicate water, self-replenish the water. It won't replicate it, but it will replenish the water by running the thermal desalinators over the cooling towers. So this should fill up this tank. If I'm wrong, I guess we're going to have a nuclear explosion on our hands. But now we have 2 pieces of nuclear waste. We're only making 0.5 per month. It does mean that after we've made 200, we can finally do the next tier of research. Next tier of research and unlock the MOX reactor. But we now have nuclear up and running. We've laid in some of the logistics we need down here, being these 2 pipes. These 2 pipes are in at least. Also means that when these guys are finished clearing out this, I can have them start clearing away this way. You guys have actually done a really good job of taking a cleat out of this, which means I'm not nearly as worried as I was before. So we could probably start looking at running infrastructure down here in the future. Sand is now hooked up automatically, and the trucks are still extremely busy. Yeah. I have 3 little ones idle, 1 big one idle. Yeah, we need to probably invent more trucks. Did everybody get told to get upgraded? Yeah, I think we need to just invent more trucks. Also need to find out if I have any stupid trucks like this hanging around that are full of cargo that can't do anything. That's probably what the 2 idle are. There's probably one somewhere else that's hanging around that has something he can't put somewhere, and therefore he's complaining. Anyway, I'm going to leave this episode here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. Hopefully this episode had less chaos compared to last episode, and less fuel. And I will see you guys in the next episode. That now we have nuclear power up and running. I think we can look into the next steps. The next steps down here. Yeah, that's probably going to be the next one. I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I do know we're down to 14 workers again, which is one of the problems. And more microchips. Yeah. All right, that's it. I'm out. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Bye.